A law was passed to stop discrimination, and now a billionaire is trying to block it, claiming that preventing bias violates his rights. The interruption started when Colorado passed a law to regulate artificial intelligence, not to control it, but to prevent discrimination, because AI systems are already being used in real decisions for jobs, loans, housing, and healthcare. So the state required something simple. If AI is making decisions about people, it has to be checked for bias. It has to be audited. And people have to be informed when it's being used. That's what the law does. But before it could even take effect, Elon Musk's AI company, xAI, filed a federal lawsuit to block it. He contends that the law is too vague, too burdensome, and that it forces their AI system to adopt certain views on fairness and race. So now the claim is that requiring AI to avoid discrimination is the same as forcing speech. The lawsuit is asking a federal court to stop the law before it goes into effect. And this is happening while the same AI system involved in the case has already faced backlash for producing harmful and offensive content, including anti-Semitic responses and references tied to extremist ideology, before being taken offline. At the same time, there's growing resistance to state-level AI regulation, arguments that states shouldn't regulate it at all, and that rules like this could slow down innovation. But for now, the law is set to take effect later this year, and the lawsuit is trying to stop it before it gets there. And you know what, family? This interruption has a name. It's called accountability resistance. Because the moment systems are required to not discriminate, the pushback starts. Not because discrimination isn't real, but because accountability changes who benefits. And here's the part that people like Elon don't say out loud. Fixing bias isn't simple. It means audits, testing, handling documentation, and changing how models are built and deployed. Essentially, it slows things down. It costs money, and it opens the door to liability if something goes wrong. So when a law says you have to prevent discriminatory outcomes, it's not just a rule. It's a requirement to prove your system is fair. And that's where the resistance shows up. Because if the system can't meet that standard yet, or if meeting it cuts into speed, scale, or profit, then the rule becomes the problem, not the harm. So let me be crystal clear. Forget what Elon has to say. This isn't about speech. It's about discriminatory outcomes. It's about jobs, loans, and opportunities. And when the standard becomes, you can't discriminate, that gets framed as a threat, not for the people being impacted, but for the system that's being asked to meet that standard. And here's the part that sticks. If a system can impact your life, it should also be responsible for how it treats you. Because without accountability, bias doesn't go away. It scales. This is Black Joy Interrupted Quick News. Thank you for watching.